All major prophecies for the end times are at a clear and definite apex today and ready for fulfillment, and with the global audience being divinely readied for the return of Christ. Prophecies like Matthew chapter 24 verse 33 show that this generation's eyes are about to snap open to the elephant standing in the room, as already shown exclusively and in great detail at Heisnear.com. Hundreds of matching headline news links confirm the sobering reality of the nearing start of the final 7 years. But the several major prophecies addressed here in the next few minutes predicate around Antichrist being the Papacy and Israel. One major prophecy now is the current unprecedented negotiations between the Papacy of Rome and Israel. These intensified talks have already rounded third base, with the next scheduled meeting to occur just months ahead in June of 2013. News reports say both states, Israel and the Vatican, are looking to formally sign what's called the Fundamental Agreement, which is likely to be either the template springboard for Mideast peace or could actually wind up incorporating the larger scope of Mideast peace foretold in Daniel 9:27, when the Papacy of Rome, being Antichrist, and Israel shake hands on a final Mideast 7-year agreement, which will virtually start the 7-year tribulation. Either way, the serious talks between the Papacy and Israel is the number one major end-time scenario to be alert to today. This is all crystallized at Heisnear.com, with dozens of news articles which match and confirm the readiness for this huge Bible prophecy to be fulfilled. Also, another major prophecy is the coming newly elected Pope in the next weeks of 2013. This could not be more divinely timed, since it now places the sudden global spotlight back on Antichrist and its appearance as the conquering rider on the white horse at the fast approaching start of the 7-year tribulation. As I've emphasized many times over the years at the site and in books and in other videos, the current negotiations by Israel and the Vatican are now so advanced that any pope could step in at this point and mediate the nearing 7-year Mideast agreement of Daniel 9:27 without missing a step. Without question, the newly elected pope will most assuredly have the Mideast and Israel as his top priority in today's end times, which will be evident immediately at the onset of his papal dealings in 2013. Again, current talks between Israel and the Papacy of Rome is the number one prophecy to watch, since the signing of a 7-year agreement will be the next major event to occur in today's end times. Another major prophecy in plain view is the readiness for World War III to take place. It will occur within a matter of months after the 7-year tribulation begins, and is specifically shown in Ezekiel chapters 38 and 39 as being a one-day war between Israel and her enemies, and taking place on the mountains of Israel. As miraculous as was Israel's 6-day war in 1967, the coming war after the tribulation begins will be far more miraculous, with the tiny nation of Israel all but wiping out Russia, Iran, Libya, Ethiopia, and other Muslim enemies who converge on Israel in just one day. On this exact day of war, Ezekiel 38 verse 23 says, God himself will declare that, quote, on that day I will exalt myself, sanctify myself, and make myself known among many nations, end quote. Again, this is shaped up and ready now militarily, but will not occur until a matter of months after the 7-year tribulation has begun, as shown in Revelation, Daniel, and the book of Ezekiel. Another highly significant prophetic scenario coming is NASA's predicted 4-blood moon pattern, starting in 2014 and then stretching through 2015. This will be a once-in-a-century event with all 4 red moons and both solar eclipses falling on Jewish holy days. The significance here is that blood moon patterns prove to be landmark bad omens for Israel and also the nations of the world. In a word, NASA's forecast, if accurate, could place the start of the final 7-year tribulation anywhere from 2014 to as late as the beginning of 2015. This is a highly plausible timing in today's end-time generation. Also, this is talked about in detail in the recent video named Rare 2015 Sign, ID's World War III and the Final 7 Years. But with all end-time prophecies ready now and at an apex today, then Jesus' own prophecy is about to explode in this generation. He said, "When you see all these things, then know he is near, even right at the door." This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 33. This passage and other Bible passages specifically show that a global audience will be the witnesses of all of the end-time prophecies in leading up to the 7-year tribulation and into the tribulation itself. But Jesus' words to his disciples in Matthew 24:33, saying, "We will see all these things," are the most all-inclusive prophecy of all end-time prophecies today. And his words stir 100% confidence for believers today in order to know that Christ is truly near. On the other hand, many blind TV preachers can be heard talking about the next generation and talking about the next 20 years and 30 years ahead. This is pure folly. Why? Because Jesus did not say that when you see all these things, then it will be another 15 years, 20 years, or 25 years more until he returns. But he said that when we see all these things, then his true followers will know he is truly near, and then shortly later we'll also know when he is even right at the door.